So these are the ingredients for the banana cake squares with the buttercream frosting. This is just for the banana cake itself. So I have here the pan for the pan, because you have to spray the pan first. The applesauce, the egg whites, about 2 tablespoons of it. The non-fat Greek yogurt, the flour, bananas, the eggs, 3 bananas, excuse me. The sugar, the powder, vanilla, baking soda, the pan itself, all this. So it's a really quick recipe, so let's get started. The first thing you want to do is, of course, spray the pan, set it aside. Okay, so in the bowl, you're going to add 1 egg. Then you're going to get the 2 tablespoons of the egg whites, pour it in there, and it's a 1/4 cup of the brown sugar. And then we're going to mix it. So I know the recipe that I was following said to blend it with the mixer, but sometimes I feel like it's just way much easier and tastes way much better if you hand mix it yourself. Okay, so we're gonna add the teaspoon of vanilla now that it's been mixed, and we're going to add the applesauce. Okay, and then we're going to add the Greek yogurt. It's 1/2 cup of the plain Greek yogurt. And we're going to add the mashed bananas. And we're going to stir that up before we mix in the flour. Okay, so we're going to add the baking powder, and it's a teaspoon of the baking powder. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of the baking soda. Because it's now time to do all our dry ingredients mixed in with it. And it's 1.5 cups of flour. Okay, so I switched from a whisk to a spatula to fully blend the flour with the mixture, and this is what's going to look like before I stick it in the pan, all nice and gooey. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pour the mixture into the prepared pan. And the direction says that the oven should be at 375. And it said to use a 9x9 pan, but mine's not really a 9x9, but I'm going to make it work. And it's going to be in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, just until it's, when you use a toothpick and it comes out clean. So there it is, ready for the oven. This is for the frosting. I have the 3/4 tablespoon of butter that I'm going to melt. Then it's a 1/4 cup of the icing sugar or powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 3/4 tablespoon of milk. Remember, it's only going to do just the top of the cake, nothing else. So what I did was I melted the butter. It wasn't a whole lot. And then I mixed the brown sugar with it. And I'm just going to add that milk to it. And when I'm done with that milk, I'm going to add the powdered sugar. Okay, so I'm adding that powdered sugar into the bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it. And when I noticed while I was mixing it, that amount of milk that the directions called for was not enough. So we had to add just a little bit of milk, not a whole lot, because there's only so much in the bowl. So that's what we did. We got the milk. And mixed it some more. And then it started looking like icing the way it's supposed to look. And all of that is going to go on top of that cake. So this took about 25 minutes in the oven, and as you can see, it's cooked. So I'm just going to let it cool before I put the icing on top. So now that it's cool, I went ahead and I had to reheat the frosting because it solidified in the bowl. So put it in the microwave for less than 20 seconds. Was able to stir it so that I could put it onto the cake itself. So this is what it looks like when it's frosted. I had to use a butter knife because the spatula was too thick and it was going to mess up my cake. And that's not going to happen. Not on my watch. So that's what it looks like. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut it up into 16 squares. And that's what this cake looks like, cut into 16. So if you make it, it's super moist, low in calorie, and I know you'll enjoy it.